For the exterior scene of Johnny and Joni walking into Becker Hall, we do have this one building here, Founders Hall, on the Clarion University campus, right on Wood Street and Arnold Avenue, right there on the intersection. The Eagle Commons Dining Hall is right next door, as well as Hart Chapel, and it is only a couple meters away from the intersection of Main Street. So, this is one of the bigger buildings on campus. STC, probably larger lengthwise, but this has more of an appealing appearance. Perhaps that's what more you're going for. Again, it's approximately 3 stories high. 2 stories are used for classrooms. So, again, it has kind of more of an appealing appearance than, say, the STC. Excuse me. And overall pretty solid building. As you can see, police drive by, so police make daily rounds. Fairly safe grounds, of course, it's on the university grounds. So in safety concerns, not much to worry about. Even you could close off the street if need be. So it's not much of a concern. As for facilities though, it's pretty ideal. As I said before, the Eagle Commons Dining Hall is right next door, so during lunch or after shooting, that would be an opportune place to go. Also, right across the street at the intersection of Main Street and Wood Street, there's a Wendy's, so again, another food facility if you don't want to take, buy food for production. Also, restroom facilities for both those places. There's also a gas station right next door and a 7-Eleven, and there's a plaza behind here that houses other food facilities, so if those are what you need, they're right there. So as you can see, this is the classroom scene for when Johnny or conversely Joni go into their respective classrooms. We're in Founders right now on the first floor in room 114. So, not too much distance to cover, and since there are stairs to the second floor, it doesn't present a problem in moving equipment as it's right here on the first floor. So as you can see, it's a fairly large room. It's about 15 feet high, 20 feet in length, so pretty spacious. There are 8 windows here that put out natural light, so right now currently, except for the one up front, right there, they are all closed with blinds, so if you want to get rid of those or if you want to add light, you can do so. As for power, luckily, a ton of outlets. As you can see right there, we have an outlet right there. We have an outlet right there. There's an outlet just a bit over there, as well as the opposite side. And there's some outlets in the front right there in case you want to get like extra lights on a shot of the entire classroom. We're going to give another shot here of the classroom. A better shot actually. That was kind of establishing, but here we're going to give a little more detail. As you can see right up front here, we have the doorway in which Johnny or Joni will be standing in front of, right next to the professor, so they can interrupt or, celebrate. Then as we come over here, you can see just how large this classroom is. A ton of chairs. Again, you could fit a lot of students up there to further the scene if you wanted, but just a large classroom in general. Alright, as you can see, we're in another classroom, so in case you don't want to use the same classroom twice for Johnny or Joni scenes, you can use this classroom as well. So, like the other room, fairly similar. There are some slight differences which I will go over, but other than that, it's fairly similar. Pretty spacious, as you can see. There's a desk right there for the professor, the doors right there for the interruption or in front of the entire classroom. The classroom itself, fairly spacious, just like the other classrooms, so, but very, very similar. However, there are some differences, mainly concerning the furniture pieces, like the desk right here, as well as the student desks, are actually a lighter color of wood than in the last scene. The last scene was pretty dark. These are fairly light, so something to consider. If you want to perhaps move the furniture from the other door or other room, you could do that. This also is in Founders on the first floor, room 116. So again, equipment fairly accessible. You don't have to go upstairs or anything like that. So it can be done. Other than that, there are some other differences as well, such as there are only 4 windows as opposed to the 8 in the other room, so a little less light. Also, there is a blackboard on the right side of the wall that the other room did not have. If shot, though, from a certain angle, you can eliminate that completely, but it is something to make note of in difference-wise. Although, like the other room, I forgot to mention, the lighting. These are the lights that are used, so in case of equipment, those might pose a problem. You have your projector there as well, so something to consider when setting up lights and that. Last scene, of course, is the hallway scene, the fork in the hallway, which one of these are one of the more difficult to find, but I think I found a pretty good one. Now, before we get into anything, we'll say that this is not in Founders Hall. Founders Hall does not possess a hallway quite like this, and to be frank, neither do either of the any buildings like Davis or anything. So, the one building that did have this is right here, Becker Hall, on Clarion campus, right next to Greenville, also near Heydrich Street. And honestly, on campus, this is the best you're going to get with a fork in the hallway. So you can see, clearly see down one hallway, and there's another down there. Now with this shot, you do see some exterior windows, but I think we can get away with that. It's far enough, and also it can have the appearance, if done properly, of, say, Founders, like an exit to Founders or whatnot. Also, it shouldn't present too much of a problem in the classroom scenes because, as you can see, the rooms are basic white color, which are colors of Founders. Also, in the scenes with Johnny and Joni both entering the class, the only thing you'll see in the door frame is white walls. So I think you can get away with using this for that. And there are plenty of outlets though, like over there there's black specks right there. Those are outlets. And we also, if you look right over here, there is an outlet right there. So if you want to set up some lights, boom mic, whatever, and plug it in there, it's there.